On this 50-point inspection, I have Different Waters, which is a Belgian strong ale coming in at 8% ABV, and this one is from Modestman. So definitely something different from Modestman, and looking forward to going into this inspection. So let's crack it open. Right. So this one pours with a kind of khaki colored, fairly tight bubbled head. Bit frothy on top there, and the colored beer itself is a deep copper amber, and yeah, you hold it up to light, it's got some nice kind of mahogany red as I'm taking it off the camera, but yeah, nice mahogany red colors when in light. But yeah, it's a dark Belgian strong, and let's get some aromas. Sweet, bready, caramel, deep fruits, dark fruits, a bit on the I would say like dates, a little bit raisin-esque, maybe some cherry in there as well. A little bit of like a Laffy Taffy banana. Yeah, it smells like there is like those dark candy sugars, the Belgian candy sugars used to produce this. It smells very similar to some of the ones that actually came from Belgium. Yeah, just really rich, bready, caramel to toffee, like sweet bread, and everything else I mentioned already. So this just smells like it's gonna be fantastic. So let's take our first swig. So cheers. All right, so it's a bit toasty, like a toasted bread. Definitely not as sweet on the palate. This one, you get that toasty breadiness right up front, so it's pretty malt forward with that. And it doesn't take long before a ton of bitterness hits. Woo. It's kind of harsh, but there is this kind of caramel tone that it seems to come up right from the toasted malt, this caramel flavor, but the bitterness just hits so hard. I really start to notice it as I'm talking. I'm getting this kind of sweet caramel underlining the bitterness there. Ooh. It's really hard to grab the flavors, but yeah, all right, get it in there. Oh man, that bitterness is harsh. There's a bit of a cherry flavor. It's toasted bread, cherry, lingering caramel, super harsh bitterness. Oh. It's like almost a metallic, an earthy tone bitterness. Body on it seems it's kind of very damp beer. It's like a light side medium body, extremely drying to the palate, and yeah, medium carbonation to it. I'm gonna pour a little bit more in this glass. Swirl. I'm just I don't. smells so good. It smells so sweet. And then you get a taste. I mean, after I noticed that cherry note, I mean, I can pick that up more and more. But I mean, those are basically the flavor notes that I can get. It's kind of this toasty breadiness to the cherry, to the caramel, to an extremely harsh bitterness. The bitterness kind of starts to hit almost midway through the palate there. So, all right, I'm gonna score it. Alcohol is not detectable. I'd much rather have an alcoholic flavor in this though than what the hell I'm getting there for the finale of it. Of course they didn't put a date on it, but I did just see it this week at the Packy, so it's pretty new. I'm thinking my remaining cans that I do have, I am going to have to sit on those. Not dump them, but sit on them for months and just see if there's a change. The appearance on it, wonderful appearance. It's what you expect a dark Belgian strong ale to look like. 6 out of 6. The aromas were awesome, very inviting, very sweet, pleasant. Really enjoyed it. I thought this was going to be a different experience. I was at a 10 out of 10 for the aromatics. I thought it was very Belgian, like even picking out like a Belgian candy type note that typically you find in Belgian style beers that would use that, the candied beet sugar there. Just, yeah, lovely aroma. And the flavors, however, the malt's not coming through that well. There's no real sweetness except for that underlying like caramel note that does just keep following through. But it's so like on the bottom of all the other things. Maybe from the yeast there was a bit of that kind of cherry note, stuff like that. That could be from the hops as well, I guess, but I didn't really get much hop flavor out of this as much as it was just bitterness, and it's not balanced at all. Like I said, there's really not much sweetness to fall back on for a bitterness at this level. So it's pretty harsh to drink. I'm at an 8 out of 19 for the flavors. The body, it's decent, but I think that it kind of follows suit with what you might be looking for a strong Belgian. So 5 out of 5 for the body. And my overall in this one, because I like the aroma so much, and because there are some nuances in the flavor, if that bitterness wasn't like that, this would have been so much better. But just those kind of factors, I'm going to give this at least a 2 out of 10 for my overall. If this is just the way the beer will always taste, even if it's aged, yeah, it'd be pretty hard to drink these. But the way my score landed, and I think the aromatics were definitely saving grace for this one, plus the appearance of it, and the fact that I gave it at least a 2 on my overall, because there are those slight nuances and the fantastic aromas. Different waters, Belgian strong ale, dark Belgian strong ale actually, from Modestman Brewing Company. It's going to get a bumpy 31 out of 50, which is going to land this just over the border into the drinkable category. And yeah, I will continue to drink this one, and I will save the rest of my cans, like I said, and try them at a much later time just to see if that bitterness mellows out at all. Or I don't know, maybe this is just a bad can, bad batch. I don't know, my first time having it. But I just want to say thank you for watching, and cheers.